Howard Stern Show.
Why did you hook up with Lena? Well, I mean, how does that all work?
Well, I had seen Tiny Furniture. Someone gave me that
was the film she made before Girls.
It was the film she made before Girls, and I was completely obsessed with it. And I thought it was like, her voice was so incredible. I couldn't believe that someone spent like 45 seconds in a scene putting on a full body Spanx. Like everything in it, the sex, everything. It was just so brilliant to me. And so we had the same...
In the same way that Judd Apatow recognized her from that, you recognized her.
Yes, and it was very similar timing. I was doing a really weird job. I had broken up.
Your job was really weird.
I was in a really weird space. I had broken up with my husband and my writing partner, and so I was doing... It was kind of a cool thing to be doing in the meantime, but I was like punching up female parts in male-driven movies. So literally, while we were working on while I was watching Tiny Furniture, I was on the set of Transformers 3.
trying to give Megan Fox something to do.
No, because she was gone. Yes. And they literally didn't even have time to change the part. So it was like Rosie Huntington-Whiteley was there. And they were like, can you give her a line? I was like, I'll
like,
try.
What would a woman say when a robot's attacking her?
Literally. And they also, like, I one time said this thing where she came out in, like, this white, completely almost see-through dress. And she shows up... And she's going to meet Shia LaBeouf, and she's there, and she's like talking about the car she just drove, the really sexy car. And I was like, should she have like a key or like a purse or like anything? And everyone was like,
that a woman uses.
We don't need to know about that.
Make her into just a sexed up sex goddess with no accoutrements.
Yes.
Wow.
And it kind of seemed like they wanted to bring you there to say they'd done the job, but they didn't actually
What
care.
a cool job, though.
It was honestly, I had only been on sets of like, $11 million like comedies. Like it was so, and the first day I got to the set, they literally were like, can you hold on to the wall? And it seemed like a normal office building, and it tilted like a whole thing. And I was like, I felt like Jacques Cousteau. Like, I'm like, where am I? What
was your profession that you get this cool job where you're kind of...
I was a writer, and when I was in this like transition time, I used to go to a lot. I was like the token woman in all the like punch up rooms.
Right.
And so I went to this punch up room for Transformers 3, and then they hired me to actually work on it for a few weeks.
Wow, how cool
it was that? It was honestly
You always hear about
awesome.
people in Hollywood who get to punch up scripts. They hand you a script and go, here, try and write something funny or something interesting into it. But like, I don't know anyone who actually... The only guy I ever heard of
a punch up.
I only heard of a guy named Babalu Mandel who used to do punch ups on scripts. And I was fascinated by that name because he got the punch up script.
That's
Jenni
right.
also comes from a history of it because her father is a screenwriter and he did punch ups too.
Oh, did he do
and polishes.
But like Carrie Fisher was the one who I was like, she really cornered the market. Like every movie that came out that was like...
That's what I read.
You know, like a real like Hot Zone or one of those. She wrote all the emotional parts of it. Like so that if those movies ever made sense emotionally, it's because Carrie Fisher spent like 3 days working on it.
The Howard Stern Show.